Welcome to the Hoard. This is.
Hi, I'm Krisha. I'm a book dragon with too many books.
I'm Styles and I'm dead inside. Kidding! We're going to do one of our favorite episodes today. We're going to talk about our top 5 favorite movies. Yes. I will like to do the asterisk. This is an asterisk, it's a multiple asterisk. That these are my top 5 favorite movies in this moment. Hers in this moment. I like to think off of the cuff. So whatever the first 5 movies that come to my mind, then those must be my favorite in this moment. That's how I like to go with the flow, all that jazz. So, would you like to start? Or you want me to start?
I'll just go ahead and kick us off because I probably won't have as much to say as Styles. And I'm going to start with my favorite movie right now, which is Sinners, featuring Michael B.
Jordan.
What did I say?
Johnson.
Oh, Lord. I'm terrible with names. But anyway.
Jordan.
Yes, correct. That is correct. They're right.
Hotter twin brother.
Michael B. Jordan. But I will say, this is why I'm kind of like the books person of the channel and the movies and TV person because I can't even get actors' names right. But I will say, Sinners is one of my favorite movies right now. I love that movie so much, and I think about it all the time. And I think one of the reasons that I like it is I like movies that have a lot to say. Obviously, I like stuff for entertainment value. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of stuff actually on my list that is just pure entertainment. Pretty much everything else is. But like, if you have if there are other things at stake that you want to share and display in your movie, and also other things that you want to honor in that movie, then I am probably gonna like it. And Sinners ticked all the boxes. It's got the fantasy element and the horror element with vampires. So it's got some action in it, but it also has like root magic. It like honors like music over time. And so I don't know, it's just like a movie that makes you feel really good about being Black, honestly.
It does a lot of like show don't tell. So like for example, the like 2 Asian couples, it shows you like how back in the day, you know, Asian folks could serve to whites and Blacks. So they had 2 stores that were just right across the street. It doesn't say that, but it shows it. And so you learn a lot more about that time period. Another thing that I like, I'm also speaking because this is also on my list. So,
didn't know that.
No, it's so good. Because it's phenomenal, you know, don't take no one to nickels. Anyways, but the other thing yes!
Because like slave owners wouldn't allow slaves to have real currency because they didn't want them to have any type of power or any chance of liberation. Yes. And so a person that we know says that all the time, don't take any wooden nickels.
Take no wooden nickels.
And like we never knew what that came from. We knew what it meant, and so we would say it all the time in our lives. But when I saw it in this movie, I was like,
I literally saw it in the theaters by myself, and I said,
yeah, I saw it with my husband and had the same reaction. I just looked at him and I was like, he doesn't get it because like he didn't grow up with us, you know? And so
so it shows that another thing that I like, especially in the character detail that it shows, is that if you notice, so there's Smoke and Stack. Smoke is the blue one and Stack is the red one, I'm pretty sure. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But
so I just love wordplay. Smoke Stack, love it. Twins.
Yeah, Smoke Stack twins. Anyways, Smoke, he always says, give me a cigarette, and Stack is always rolling his cigarettes throughout the entire movie. And then at the very end, after, if you haven't seen it, spoilers, I'm so sorry. After Stack has left the film at this point in time, Smoke, he tries to roll his own cigarettes, but like he can't because his fingers are shaking. And so we think that like, oh, it's just because he experienced this, you know, traumatic thing that just happened in this day of this movie. Yeah. But if you read between the lines, it's because they both fought in the war and Smoke just has PTSD. And since the war, he could never roll his own cigarettes. And so Stack has been doing it this entire time. Yeah. And now that Stack is gone, he couldn't have his last cigarette anymore.
Yeah.
So, but it's like the tiny details like that. You know, they set it up at the beginning and then it comes back later at the end. And you're just like, but like I didn't get it the first time. I literally watched the cinema therapy. It wasn't cinema therapy. It was Cinema Wins. I watched somebody else on YouTube and they pointed it out and I was like, you're so right!
Right?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Cinema Wins, they're great because they just literally point out all those little details in all the movies and then they chalk them up as a win. And that's their entire thing that they do for their show and I love it.
And I don't know. I just feel like This was one for the culture. Like, you could just tell how much the actors, the director, like, they cared about the characters, the people, the story that they were telling. They held it so tenderly in their hands and depicted it so beautifully. Like, the whole time I was watching that movie, I just, like, felt my heart pounding in tune, in time with everything going on in the movie. Like, I felt like I was one and the same with those people. Like, I just loved it.
All of the pieces came together.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. It's one of those movies that, like, I felt the same way, like, after watching Get Out, where I don't like watching or reading things that are depressing. Like, I use movies and TV shows and stuff as a form of escapism, and I want that escapism to be fun, you know, so I don't like things that are depressing. So when we get to movies and shows like, you know, if like talk about like Roots or 12 Years a Slave, depicting the struggle, I'm like, you know, I've lived a small, minute part of the struggle, but like also like I just know this story in and out, and I don't want to spend time here. But these movies like Sinners and Get Out, where it just really just kind of flips it on the head. We're like, yes, we're still showcasing a piece of the struggle, TM, but but like we're gonna do it in a way that's fun, that's inventive, that's different, but like you can still enjoy the movie. So like it had those pieces of the you know, the wooden nickels and like all that stuff, and you know, the racism and the KKK, like it had all that stuff, and then it had vampires too, and you're like, okay, cool.
It also had like a celebration of like joy too. Like there were pure moments of just like happiness and joy and the juke joy, and also just like when they were at the train station waiting for someone to come in and they were having that moment with the music, like the ways in which like oppressed societies, and in this case,
joy in every day.
In this case, you know, slaves, or like, I guess we were post-slavery. I guess it was more Jim Crow at this point. But like the ways in which they're able to snatch pieces of joy, like that was depicted so beautifully in the novel, and or novel shit in the movie, and in.
I mean, one of the last lines of the movie is where the dude, he's like, you know, it's been what, 50, 60 years, 70 years later, and he was like, until everything went down, he said that was the best day of my life.
Yeah,
like. And you can just see that portrayed.
Well, and like that's also part of the reason why the vampires showed up at all, because they felt that and wanted a piece of that, which I think is also a little bit of like indicative of some of the commentary they were saying when you think about like appropriation and things like that. So it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
What's yours?
Well, that one was on my list, so I'll just move to the next movie. My favorite movie is The Matrix. It's my favorite movie of all time.
That's also on my list, so I guess we'll just. I feel like this is gonna happen a lot, probably.
Well, I only have one more other thing.
I mean, but list. 3 out of 5? Come on, like.
And I do like everything else that is on your list.
So I know.
Like, Okay, but The Matrix is my favorite movie. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before up until this point in time. I think it's my favorite movie, one, because it was Krisha's favorite movie, and as a kid, I idolized my sister, and so a lot of things that was her favorite, but The Matrix is just like good.
You should show your tattoo at the end.
Okay. I do have a Matrix tattoo. I liked that The Matrix is one of those movies where you can kind of like take it for anything. Like it's not like this symbolizes this and that only thing. It's more like you can say that like The Matrix, what does it represent to you? Like does this represent oppression? Does it represent enslavement? Does it represent, you know, like that bully that is always trying to like put you down? Like what does it represent? In grad school, I wrote this paper. It was like my portfolio, so it's kind of like a thesis, but I couched it in The Matrix because it's all about, you know, socialization and trying to liberate yourself from that. And so I was like, it's like I could do this one-to-one with The Matrix and whatever I'm talking about for my grad school thing. So I really, really enjoy it. I also just love the aesthetic of it. I love like the way that they color grade it. So like when you're in the Matrix, then everything looks green, but when you're, you know, out of it, then it's more blue tone and all that stuff. And so they do a lot of these visual things to kind of show what they're trying to say. You know, I love it. I think someone said it was supposed to be kind of like for trans folks, because it was a little bit to that story. Some people are like, no, they don't really see it that way, but I think like you can see it anyway, how you want to. But I do think going to that, you know, it lends a lot to the, you know, trans and all that stuff. So, but I just love it. Also, Keanu Reeves. I mean, come on. Come on now.
Yes.
Trinity is a baddie. Like, I just love the
Yes,
whole
she
thing.
is.
They do put Morpheus's pores on highlight.
Okay, yeah, the HD version, they did my man's wrong. I'm sorry, that was not okay. The literal first time I saw, because I like had it on like DVD and we like watched it on the old big booty TVs, you know, whatever. The first time I like streamed it on something, I was like, what did you do to my man? No, they know they could have like airbrushed that. They could have hooked him up. They didn't have to do him like that. It was not cool.
Was funny.
Well, The Matrix is also on my list as well, and basically for all of the same reasons that Styles said. It was like one of the movies that I watched when I was a kid, so it definitely has a very strong nostalgic factor for me as well. Mm-hmm. But like, it was one of the first movies that I ever watched that like had a strong female lead in it, who wasn't like super pressed about like the male characters. Like Trinity was like ready to whoop anybody's ass. Yeah. And I also like too that like she felt very human to me. Like even at the very beginning, she's like in the Matrix and she's about to get like she's worried about getting murked. Yeah, and she's like, you see her working through her own like, I can do this, you can do this, like get up. Like
the
so,
fear
like,
is still real, even though she's a baddie.
Yeah, and like so I don't know. I loved it for that reason, and then I loved it just for like for me it was because it came out like in the 90s and I was very young. So I went from basically like watching cartoons where anything is possible to watching TV where like a lot of stuff not really possible. We don't have a lot of CGI and all that stuff. So some of the
R.I.P. to the second movie.
Yeah, like some of the oh my gosh, yes, some of the effects and everything just really like blew my little kid mind. Like when everything mouth
is so visceral,
like when his mouth melts and like melds together, and he's like, I like still kind of every now and then have nightmares about that.
It's the tracker in the belly button for me. That's the one I couldn't handle.
Like
the tracker in the belly button. I was like, oh dear God. At the time, I had an Audi belly button. I said, thank the Lord. Ain't nothing getting in there.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just like that the movie like. The whole concept of understanding, like, which this reference to like your tattoo really, but like the concept of like the self versus like the metaphysical self versus like the physical self, it's just like so interesting. And the whole, like that whole scene of like, what you really realize is there is no spoon, and what you're actually bending is yourself. Like, that
it's not the spoon that bends.
Yeah, like
that would be impossible.
Like and like it took me some time because again I was a kid when I watched it. It took me a time to realize, what do you mean it's impossible to build a spoon? I'm 6, but I can at least like and like understanding that it's impossible because there's no actual spoon because you're in the Matrix. Like I don't know. It was just trippy. It was like mind trippy in like a really fun and interesting way, and like then. The way the story continues, I just really love Trinity and Neo's relationship. Like, at the end of the day, I am a Pisces, and so my feelings are, like, right on my sleeve, and so I love, like, romance. I love love. And I love, like, close-knit, like, friendships, and I love, like, that whole, like, in Gideon the Ninth, where you have, like, the magic wielder and then the sworn knight. Like I like those just different tropes that can pair people up. So like the romance between Neo and Trinity and the way they cared about each other, I just thought was rendered so beautifully across all 3 of the movies. And so yeah, this one definitely makes it in my top 5 because I watch it all the time, like all the time. My next one that I have on the list is Tombstone. And this is the 1990s version with Val Kilmer and
Huckleberry.
with Val Kilmer and what's the other guy?
Kurt Russell.
Yes, thank you. And Kurt Russell.
Sam Elliott's also in it.
Yes. And I
think the dude that plays, what's his name? Is it Bill Paxton?
Yes, Bill Paxton is also in it. Yeah. Yes, he's the little brother who dies.
Yeah. Isn't there a 4th one? I don't know the 4th one.
No, it was just 3 brothers and
then Val?
Yes.
Okay, so I got them all.
Yeah, I love Tombstone. And I try to get all my friends to watch it because it's literally the only, statement is no longer true once Harder They Fall came out. But prior to that movie being released, it's the one and only, as far as I'm concerned, argue with your mama, Western film that has swagger. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Val Kilmer, and
he's dying the entire movie. Slowly dying.
Yo, he has so much swag. When he comes out of there, like, everybody's trying to do in a gunfight, and, like, nobody else wants to kind of come up. This man comes out of his barber seat. Like, I'm your Huckleberry. Like, and then when nothing goes down, he sits back down and he sees, he goes, Bob. Like, continue, please. Sir. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just amazing. And it has, like, lines on lines, like, just bars on bars on bars. Like, all the time I'm quoting this. Like, the part where Kurt Russell, like, all his brothers has left, his other little brother has died, and it turns from, like, your Western, like, we just trying to make it in this town to a revenge story. Like, I'm here for the reckoning, literally said in the movie Reckoning. Like, and he comes down, he's over there, it's like, you called down the thunder, well now it's here. And he's like, I was like, bruh, like, I watched this movie I think the first time when I was like 12. I was like, like, clutching my pearls. Like, I love this movie so much. And I can pretty much quote it scene for scene for scene for scene. I love it.
It's so annoying because she quotes it before the line happens. It's different if you quote it as they are saying it, but she quotes it beforehand, and I'm like, will you stop? Either get with it or let it go. The entire movie.
I am a little bit early every time. I be trying to time it out too, but I love it so much. And it's so good. It's just amazing. I highly recommend it to anybody who likes Westerns. This one and The Harder They Fall are my two favorite Western movies of all time. The Harder They Fall is basically just like the Western version of The Sinners, and it's beautiful. And I love it so much. And Tombstone is absolutely brilliant, and you should absolutely watch it. It's so much freaking fun, and it's amazing. And I love it.
I read the book where Val Kilmer, he has a girlfriend. I can't remember what her name is.
The women are so not important in this one, and I hate that. Like, they did not care about the women at all in this movie, which is sad. But yeah.
She gets her own book where it basically tells like her like origin and
the one who's
addicted
story to opium.
I mean, the one who's with him the entire time. I mean, she's a no. That's Kurt Russell's wife.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Val Kilmer's girlfriend.
Oh, that guy. Oh, okay, my bad. I got very confused on who we were talking about.
Yeah, nobody cares about the opium lady.
Thank you. I told you, they do them dirty.
But that girl, she has a very, small part in the movie.
Came out in 1993. Yes.
Okay. But in the book, like, it's her book, and it tells her story, and it's really, really good. Is it Josie? Josephine?
No, that's who Kurt Russell gets with at the end. Doc Holliday's girlfriend was Kate.
It was Kate because they called her Big Nose Kate in the book.
Dang, rude. Her nose is perfectly fine.
Well, this actress is.
I'm just kidding.
But it basically tells the story from her point of view, like up until she meets him, the story, and then like shortly afterwards, and it's really good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, I don't have that one. What's it called? Is it called Doc Holliday's Woman or something?
I don't know. I read it years ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know. Okay. The next one is also on your list. It's The Fifth Element. This one, I actually have it on.
Me too. It was a gift from Style.
Yeah, and so I put it on my wall. You
if
can't see it, but the Matrix is up top.
If you know, you know. If you've seen the movie, like, you would look at that and be like, The Fifth Element? Because I did.
Yeah, that's the movie palette. But I like The Fifth Element because it's funny. It's one of those movies where it's like easily could have been a B flick, but because it has such a star-studded cast, like, it's really good. And everybody like delivers. They read the script and they said, "I got you." And they're just having fun. You can tell that everyone is just having fun in the entire movie.
I need to look up the cast because I don't remember all the names. Go ahead.
It's got Bruce Willis. Mila, I can never say her last name, Jovovich or something.
Yeah.
And then it's got Luke Perry gets his own little cameo. And then Chris Tucker. Those are like the three main.
Chris Tucker, like,
he carried the movie.
Owned it. Yes, he carried.
And Gary Oldman. Yes, Gary Oldman.
And the funny thing is, so Casey sent us that video. I don't know if you fully watched it. About okay, well, he sent us that video about The Fifth Element, and one of the things is that Gary Oldman, who's the main villain in the movie, like, hated the movie, thought it was the craziest like acid trip ever, but like decided that he would do it because the writer and director was like one of his really close friends. And this movie ends up becoming like one of the biggest cult classics. It's amazing. It's hilarious. And to this day, I think Gary Oldman still hates this movie. Like,
but he delivered.
He did so good. Not one, but two. 4 stones.
I'm so disappointed. He opened that box and said,
we thought they were in there. Like when I first watched it, like I thought they were in there, and then his laughter turns to cries, and it's so amazing. I mean, he's got
this
really
like
fantastic,
Colonel Sanders like
really
voice,
really perfect. He gives a really really good performance.
Absolutely,
totally forgot about Luke Perry.
But the filth element is great. You really don't need to go into the plot because the plot's. I mean, it's like aliens are invading and they have to save the world from aliens. It's really it. But
yeah, that's pretty much
it.
But go ahead. It's the
what makes the movie great is like the way that it is because it takes place in like the future. So there's like flying cars and all that stuff. And so again with like there is some like CGI type stuff, but a lot of the there's a lot of practical effects and the way that they just really visualized their entire world and built it's really really neat. It's got like this 90s grunge like punk type feel to it, but also futuristic, which is pretty cool. And and then Bruce is he's Bruce, and so we love that. Well,
and then another fun fact too that I learned about the movie is that Chris Tucker role he plays Ruby Rod, and he's just Ruby. He's so funny. He's hilarious. We quote him all the time. We've actually quoted him in one of our other movies or one of our other videos already. Father, you smoke? Father, you smoke? I'm not smoking. If I know.
He's like smoking like an hour before this moment.
But anyways, he wasn't actually supposed to be. He wasn't cast for this role, and when I say like he saves the day as far as like bringing in the comedic element, like I could not imagine this movie without him. But it was originally cast for Prince, and Prince didn't want to do it because I guess he also probably had similar thoughts to Gary Oldman, but also had zero emotional connection to the director. So it was like, I'm not doing it.
I can see the aesthetic of how that was Prince.
Yes, like
I don't think anyone could have done it.
No, like the actual performance, Prince could never. I'm sorry. Like, I know if you love his music, that's fine. I'm not out here talking about that, but I'm just talking about, like, if we try to compare apples to apples from comedic value of Chris Tucker and Prince, it's not a question. It's just not a question. And, like, it's fucking hilarious.
It's a great movie.
Funny.
Because it does everything that you want it to. There's funny, there's action, there's the romance. Like, it does everything that you want it to. There's very minimal world building, but enough where you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. And what I like the most about it, too, is, like, for me, as far as, like, the feeling it evokes is very similar to, like, Murderbot. So, like, I'm just bathed in serotonin when I watch this movie. I feel good. I feel better once I'm done watching it. And that's
why... best scenes is the opera scene.
And that's why... But... That's why it made the top 5 list for me. Is that like when I watch this movie, I feel amazing afterwards. Like, I kid you not, every single time there was like an outage of the internet or whatever, and I couldn't stream stuff, I would just go grab my DVD and pop this in, and I would have to go get the DVD player from the garage. But it was like, what else are we gonna do? Obviously, we're gonna watch Fifth Element. Like, it's just amazing. Okay, now I'm ready. Another fun fact, that woman was the writer, director, whatever his name is, that was his wife at the time. And then he cheated on her with Mila, by the way, so I'm pretty sure they got divorced. Like, lots of drama and tea happening on the background of the making of this film.
God, it's like Kristen and Robert.
Yeah.
My generation's Kristen and Robert.
Yeah. So, okay.
It's your turn.
Is it?
Yeah, we just keep having the same movies, so we talk about the same stuff.
Okay. In that case, my last one then
How is that your last one? I have so many more.
My last one is The Mummy with what's his name? Help.
Brendan Fraser.
Thank you. With Brendan Fraser.
I don't know anybody else's name. I just know Brendan.
And I literally let me look up the cast. But I literally Will not watch or stomach any other mummy films. Don't put it in my face. That weird crap that Tom Cruise did, not watching it. And anything that came out prior to this mummy, not watching. How was it?
It was a Tom Cruise movie, so it wasn't terrible. But like for a mummy movie, it doesn't compare.
Yeah. But 1999, The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz.
I would pronounce it.
Sure. And John Hannah. Like, it cannot be beat. And the second one is amazing. The third one, I
don't think she's in the third one.
She's not in it.
They were not as good.
Yeah, they replaced her, which is wild. I guess she just didn't want to do it. But like, we don't talk about that one.
We don't talk about Bruno.
No. But seriously, the first and the second one are amazing. And Brendan Fraser does a fantastic job. I love that. It gives me the same feeling and good feeling as The Fifth Element when I watch it. And
the 90s was just a different time. You know? It
was great. They tried hard. It was great. That's the thing. Like, my husband and I talk about this all the time. Tombstone. That, like, a lot of stuff, like, people, I don't know. I don't want to say that people stop trying because there's a lot of good stuff coming out. But if I see one more live action version of a Disney movie, like, it just drives me crazy. Not because the live actions are bad. Like, I'm not crapping on the live actions. I just want you to try to do something original. Make a live action that we haven't seen before. Like, this idea that, I don't know, it's just like a lot, even Netflix, like a lot of their originals sometimes just feel like a bunch of cash grabs.
The Netflix originals used to be bomb. Like,
yes.
Like if it had that in logo on the movie, then like, or the show, like you knew it was going to be phenomenal. But now it's just 180.
Yeah. Now it's like Apple TV, I feel like, is doing a pretty good job in putting out some of their new originals because I think there are newer platforms that are trying to get viewers. Like, they might go downhill later, too. But, like, yeah, Netflix, like, it's just a lot of cash grabs, which is why I watch a lot. Cash grabs,
or it's, like, focus group to death, and so they're trying not to, like, piss anybody off. And I'm like, don't be disrespectful. And at the same time, that's what art is for. Like, movies, books, like, all that stuff. Like, it's a form of art. It's a form of self-expression. So don't be afraid to actually express yourself. And tell stories that, you know, haven't been told before.
And it's like our guys say on Cinema Therapy, watch it with your brain turned on.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can watch stuff and understand whether or not it's a critique or what they're trying to do, or if it feels problematic, you can have those discussions with people of being like, look, while you might have enjoyed that movie, it had these problems. Just keep that in mind while you're watching this. Like, I mean, you know, so anyways, all I'm saying is that, like, in the 90s, I feel like they tried hard to make good movies. And sometimes I don't feel the same way about some of this other stuff, which is why I watch a lot of K-dramas now. So, but back to The Mummy, though. I like it because, like, believe it or not, especially when you watch the second one, and especially if you watch them back to back, you'll realize that it's just a teensy bit smarter than you thought it would be. Like, it's supposed to just be, like, a little, you know, like, kind of action-y, like, cult weird movie or whatever, but the threads that they pull from the first one into the second one is just, like, very well thought out. Like, somebody put a lot of energy and effort into trying to make this a little bit smarter and have a little bit more rigor than just like your average monster film. And that's one of the reasons that I really like it. And also, it's freaking funny. John Hannah is hilarious. Brendan Fraser is actually really funny.
Yeah, he does great action comedy. Like, I don't know why they blacklisted him because, you know, none of my business, but for whoever decided to do that, F you.
But, like, even Rachel is funny. Like, her role is also really funny, and they give really good performances. But it takes place in the past, and I love that Rachel is, like, trying to express her value, like, show her value and her worth. She's like, I don't care that, like, there's that scene where she, hilarious.
The library?
I mean, yes, and I think it's funny because it's definitely something I would do. I would definitely knock over a bunch of, like, bookshelves accidentally. Probably not, but I am a little bit clumsy. Like, I just learned this about myself, like, the other day.
That
like,
you're clumsy?
Yeah, like, somebody literally came up to me. I was like,
You've been clumsy since you stopped running.
No way. I asked my mom if she thought I was clumsy, and mom was like, no, you're not clumsy. I was like, thank you, I'm not clumsy. But like somebody pointed this out to me at a work event. I had like bumped into a couple things, almost spilled my water, dropped my fork, and she looked at me and she's like, Krisha, are you clumsy? And I was like, no, this is news to me. But anyway.
She's a sim with the clumsy trait and the book lover trait. What would be your third trait?
Probably the lover trait.
Yeah. Romantic.
Yeah. But anyways, I relate to Rachel so much. She's like a bookworm. She's like nerdy in like a really cute way. She's a little bit clumsy and she's assertive and she like knows her value. And I just love that scene where she knocks everything down and the curator of the museum and the library comes in and he's like, why do I put up with you? And she's like, well, you know, you can tell she's like anxious, but then she like realizes like, no, I'm a baddie. And she's like, well, you put up with me because I'm the only person within 100 miles who can properly code and catalog and translate all this work right here or whatever. Yeah. And he literally was like, I mean, I put up with you for other reasons or whatever, because he's an asshole. But like, I love her. She's like, no, and then she like, the whole movie starts because she's like, I want to go on this expedition and make a name for myself, you know, and like, and then obviously shenanigans happen. And
shenanigans ensue. I love a good shenanigan.
Yeah, and it's fantastic, and it has like a really super cute romance B plot, and it's just good. And the other thing about Rachel is I love that she's not. She doesn't want to be rescued. She's not a damsel or whatever. There's like a moment where Brendan is like, we got to get the hell out of here. You have like resurrected a mummy. This is beyond our pay grade. I said I was going to take you out to the desert and bring you back. I brought you back. We are going home. And she said, well, you know what? Fine. You go. I'll stay. I woke him up. I'm going to put him back down on the ground. And I like that. You know, again, having watched this as like a preteen, it was good to see a woman be like, look, I don't need to be carried out on, you know, thrown over your shoulder and carried
that
out.
Moment when he literally throws her over
his shoulder, and like he's always throwing her, by the way. But I
when
mean,
you're throwable like me, then sometimes you just got to be thrown. I get it. I would love to be thrown. Anyway. When we get rich and famous, we'll do a meet and greet, and then I'll have some of y'all come and throw me.
Oh my god!
Don't worry, we'll sign a waiver. It's fine.
But yeah, so that was the last one on my list. Is The Mummy. I love it. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I watch it pretty much at least once a year.
My next movie is Mad Max Fury Road.
Which one is that?
That's the fourth one.
Is that the one with...
That's the one with Charlize Theron and Tom Hardy.
That's a really good one.
I love that one. I hadn't seen any of the...
You know who's also in that?
Nicholas Hoult.
No.
Zoe Kravitz.
Well, yes. But no, Thor.
No, he's in Furiosa.
Oh, shit. You're right. That's right. Which I also
like
that
Anya
one,
Taylor-Joy, yeah. That's my second favorite one of the series.
Mad Max series, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, my bad. See, this always happens. Again, that's why I'm the book person and Styles.
Me. They have like, this person, you're like, no, this person's not in the movie.
They have their job, I have my job, okay? Damn it. If Mad Max was a book, I would have got it right.
Anyways, this is true. I don't remember anything from what I read.
Okay, but go.
But I like that one. So last year I hadn't seen any of them, and I was like, you know what? I have a weekend for nothing to do. So I decided to watch all of them because I like to rewatch, like not rewatch, but I like to watch series that I hadn't seen. Like I watched Mission Impossible. I'm watching Fast and Furious. Oh. So Mad Max made the list, and the first movie it's not the best. It does a good job of kind of introducing you to the world, but like the plot is all over the place.
The one with Mel Gibson?
Well, yeah, he's in the
like
first
the
three.
first.
Yes,
okay,
the first
like you went way. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, the one that came out in the 70s because I like to start from the beginning.
Yeah,
and I watched the second one, and the second one I was like, this is better. This is kind of that one is very reminiscent of Waterworld to me, and which I love Waterworld. And so I did like that one, and then the third one with was it Tina Turner? I think is in that one.
Yeah.
That one's just alright. Then Fury Road came out, and I was like. Not to say that Tom Hardy is better than Mel Gibson at this role, and he just did it so much better.
That's what I was going to say. Yes, he is, and I'm pretty sure he's a better human. So we're all happy about that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But I definitely love that movie. It was great. Like just the cinematography of it, the storyline, because everything that happens for a reason. It's a very simple plot, but like there's a lot of weight and emotion that they put into it, which is great. The characters are great. And the visualization, the way that like it's really shown, like the world has broken down and now we're literally just trying to rebuild it from the parts. Like in the first one, it was like they're still like hospitals even though they're broken. They're still lawyers even though they're crackheads. They're still like institutions. Like we're still trying to keep the world together post this apocalypse. But by the time we get to Fury Road, everything is broken down and we're all just basically trying to survive. Anyways, I love Mad Max. It was very, very fun. I won't talk too much because I have my last movie that I liked. Is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, that's such a good one.
I can't say enough. Everyone has talked this movie to death.
So fantastic.
Because it's great. Like, it gives you the craziness of the multiverse, the absurdity of it. I mean, hot dog fingers. Oh, come now.
It's like a movie that like takes itself seriously and doesn't take itself
at the same time.
Yes.
It literally knows exactly what it wanted to do. Like,
yes.
I took everything and put it on a bagel because I could do that.
Yes.
And so I made an everything bagel. Like,
yes.
like what else would you do if you could put everything in one place? You would put it on a bagel.
But also, and do a good job with it. There's a lot of things, books, movies, whatever, that tries to do too much, and you can feel when it does too much. And this one
is like, we're doing the most, but in a way that like is palatable. And it does all of this absurdity, but then it still handles like the whole like, you know, intergenerational like family trauma and like all this stuff. It handles that piece well. I can't speak to, you know, families immigrating to the U.S. and then, you know, being a product of that. I can't speak to that because I don't have that experience. But I think that it did a good job of introducing someone that doesn't have that experience to what that's like for people. Like I just learned more about people. And that's what I love about movies and books and all that stuff is the storytelling piece that literally just introduces you to other people's stories so that you can, you know, empathize with them. And I think this movie does a really great job of doing all of this craziness.
Yep.
But then also like, but this is the heart of the movie. This is what it's really about.
And that's the real work of media, just like in general. Like that's the real amazing work that it does. Like the empathy building and just like making you into a better human being. Books, movies, whatever. If you really diversify what you're consuming, does great work.
Yeah. And everyone in the movie did a great job. If you pull up the cast, Miss Michelle, oh my God.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Loved her. And then, I'm so sorry, I can't say his name. Ke Huy Quan? Mr. Quan? He did, his character, Wayman's character, was my favorite character because I like the different portrayals. You got like other universe Wayman, who's like batty, and then like our universe Wayman, who's like, I just really, like, why can't we all be friends? Like, I just want us all to be,
why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Because, because of society. But anyways, so, like, his character is my favorite character. His whole speech about, like, being kind in the face of, like, fear and uncertainty and all that stuff. He's like, instead, like, when people are angry and afraid and, you know, hurt, then they immediately lash out. And he said, instead of anger being the secondary emotion to, you know, fear and pain, then he said, then let's lean into kindness first and see where we can get with that. And I think that was like the biggest message, the biggest takeaway that I took from that movie. Because I was like, that part right there, that's it.
Absolutely.
You know? Loved it. Honorable mentions, Dune 1 and 2. Just the sound alone. Like, just the score alone. Like, F everything else. And great.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that too. Well, I mean, Timothy, everyone in that movie.
I actually really love Timothy Chalamet. I like pretty much a lot of his movies. I love Bones and All. Honorable mention for that because so good. Like I don't know if anybody has seen that. That movie is a mind fuck and it's so good. I love it.
I also like Bones.
It was so good.
Some of my friends didn't like it, and I was like, and it wasn't for you.
Clearly,
it wasn't for you. If you didn't like it, it wasn't for you.
Don't yuck my yum.
I like Bones and All.
Oh, which is hysterical because Bones and All.
Yeah. But,
if you know, you know. And also honorable mention for Mr. Right with Anna Kendrick because that's another just like serotonin bathing movie for me. I just love it. I think it's hilarious. I am a dinosaur.
Mr. Right is great. I almost wanted to watch that. Another honorable mention is Hardball because that movie has Michael B. Jordan, baby Michael B. Jordan. And
not know that. Stop it.
And Keanu Reeves in it. Both of them in the same movie.
Wait a minute.
And those are like two of my favorite actors. I love that movie because I used to watch that movie like all the time at my grandmother's house because she would record it for me. And then I think she eventually owned it on DVD, so we would watch it all the time. But it was like Keanu Reeves and baby Michael.
And we love a sports movie. Like in our household, we do.
I don't care for sports. But
sports movies.
I like some
of them.
That's
what I just said.
I do like some of them.
You love Remember the Titans.
Uh-huh.
You also like Coach Carter.
Mm-hmm.
You also like The Waterboy.
Okay, but that's ridiculous.
It counts. It counts.
I think
you also like that other movie. What was it? The Replacements with.
I didn't watch The Replacements.
Oh well, Keanu Reeves is in that. You should check it out.
I haven't seen that. I have seen The Longest Yard, and I did like that one.
Yep, The Longest Yard. You like sports movies? You better quit.
All right, we could go on and on, so we should probably wrap it up.
All right. Well, thanks for kicking it with us, and come back.
It's a whole video where we get to talk about movies. This was for me. Okay. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad, but if you did it, I don't care because this was for me.
Oh my goodness. Please join us again in the Hoard, where we'll talk about other stuff that we like. And if there's something you want to see, let us.
I already said bye. Now it's awkward. All right.
Comments. Bye.